Hello everyone. My topic is plastics. Let us know about plastics, their shape, structure, composition, various types of it, and their functions. So, plastics are semi-autonomous organelles having DNA and double membrane envelope which store or synthesize various types of organic compounds. This term was introduced by E. Haeckel in the year 1866. With the exception of some protistants, plastids are restricted to plants only. Plastids develop from colorless precursors called proplastids. Proplastids have the ability to divide and differentiate into various types of plastids. Now, looking into the types of plastids, depending upon the color, plastids are of three main types: leucoplast, chromoplast, and chloroplast. So, the other types of plastids: proplastid, leucoplast, etioplast, amyloplast, chromoplast, ilioplast, proteinoplast, and chloroplast. Now, let us look into leucoplast. Leucoplasts are colorless plastids. They occur near the nucleus in non-green cells and have internal lamellae. Grana and photosynthetic pigments are absent. Leucoplasts have variable size and form. Example: rounded, oval, cylindrical, filamentous, etc. Now, there are three types of special leucoplast: amyloplast, ilioplast, alluroplast, or proteoplast or proteinoplast. Now, amyloplast, they are, as the name suggests, they contain starch, and amyloplast is several times larger than the original size of leucoplast. It contains a simple or compound starch grain covered by a special protein sheath, example potato, tuber, rice, wheat. Now next is ilioplast. They are also called lipidoplast, oleoplast. These are colorless plastids which can store fat. Example tuberose. Now alluroplast or proteoplast or proteinoplast. They contain protein in the amorphous or crystallide or crystalloglobuloid state. Example in the alluron cells of maize grain, endosperm cells of castor. Next is chromoplast. They are yellow or roundish in color because of the presence of carotenoid pigments. Chlorophyll is absent here. Chromoplasts are formed either from leucoplast or chloroplast. Lamellae degenerate partially or completely during chromoplast formation. Change of color from green to reddish during the ripening of tomato and chili is due to transformation of chloroplast to chromoplast. Then the reason of color in carrot is due to chromoplast. Then the pigments are often found in crystallized state so that shape of the plastids can be like needles, spindles or irregular. Next is chloroplast. They are greenish plastids which possess photosynthetic pigments, chlorophylls and carotenoids and take part in the synthesis of food from inorganic raw materials in the presence of radiation energy. Chlorophyll of algae other than green ones are called chromatophores. Now coming into the shape of plastids. In algae, the chloroplast, they may be having various shapes: plate like, cup shaped, ribbon like, stellate, or reticulate. The chloroplasts of higher plants are generally disc shaped with oval or circular outline. Rarely they may be lens shaped, round, or club shaped. Next, size of plastid. Like the shape, size of the chloroplast also differs in different species. The discoid chloroplast of higher plants are of 4 to 10 picometer in length and 2 to 4 picometer in breadth. Then the size is generally larger in case of polyploid cells as compared to diploid and haploid cells. Normally, it is much smaller than that of the cell. However, in many algae, the chloroplast may occupy almost the whole length of the cell. Example, Spirogyra. Chloroplast of Spirogyra may reach a length of 1 millimeter. Now, coming into the chemical composition of plastids, they constitute proteins 15 to 60%, lipid 25 to 30%, chlorophyll 5 to 10%, carotenoids 1 to 2%, then DNA up to 0.5%, RNA 2 to 3%, vitamins K and E, quinones, Mg, that is magnesium, iron, cobalt, manganese, phosphorus, etc. in traces. Now, structure of plastids coming into chloroplast, they has three parts: envelope, matrix, and thylakoids. Pyroid and stigma are two additional structures present in some algae. Now, chloroplast envelope. Chloroplast is covered by an envelope made up of two smooth membranes. Each membrane is about 90 to 100 Armstrong thick. It is trilaminar lipoprotein structure. The two membranes are separated by an intermembrane space of 100 to 200 Armstrong width. The outer membrane may be attached to endoplasmic reticulum. At places, the inner membrane is connected to thylakoids. As in mitochondria, the outer membrane is more permeable than the inner permeable. The inner membrane has more of proteins including carrier proteins. Now matrix, ground substance of a chloroplast is known as matrix or stroma. It is semi-fluid colloidal complex that is made up of 50% soluble proteins. The remaining is DNA, RNA, ribosomes, globuli and enzymes. Chloroplast or cpDNA is naked, circular, or occasionally linear. Now a chloroplast may have several copies of it. DNA makes chloroplast genetically autonomous because of it can both replicate, transcribe to form RNA. Chloroplast ribosomes are of 70S, resemble the ribosomes of prokaryotes. Now, next, with the help of ribosomes, the chloroplast is able to synthesize the most of the enzymes required by it. The important enzymes present in the chloroplast are those that take part in the synthesis of photosynthetic pigments, photolysis of water, photophosphorylation, dark assimilation of carbon dioxide, synthesis and degradation of starch, synthesis of lipids, etc. Plastoglobuli are liquid droplets of 100 to 500 nanometer diameters. They may contain some enzymes, vitamin K and quinones. The chloroplast makes the fire plants. Make a store starch temporarily as starch grains. It is known as assimilation starch. In green algae, the chloroplast possesses special starch store which is called pyrenoids. The thylakoids, they are membrane-lined flattened sacs which run throughout the stroma or matrix of the chloroplast. Since they take part in photosynthesis, they are also called photosynthetic thylakoids. Thylakoids, thus, the structural elements of the chloroplast, generally parallel but may show interconnections. Thylakoids may also be attached to the inner membrane of chloroplast envelope. The chloroplast of higher plants, thylakoids attached at places to form grana. 40 to 60 grana occur in a chloroplast. Each grana has 2 to 100 thylakoids. Grana are absent in bundle sheath and algal chloroplast. Later, therefore, agranal. Because of the presence of grana, thylakoids are differentiated into two: granule thylakoids and stroma or integral thylakoids. Granum is attached to only a few stroma or non-granule thylakoids, so it is made up of about 100 thylakoids. It is therefore believed that thylakoids got L4-folded and bifurcated in the region of grana. Thylakoid membranes possess photosynthetic pigments and coupling factors. Coupling factors are involved in ATP synthesis. Photosynthetic pigments include chlorophyll A, B, carotenoids, and xanthophylls. They occur in specific groups called photosystems. They are previously known as quantasomes. There are two photosystems, namely photosystem 1 and 2. Photosystem 2 occurs in uppressed parts of granule thylakoids, while photosystem 1 can be found in stromal thylakoids and non-uppressed parts of granule thylakoids. Next is functions of plastids. They have many functions. First important function is photosynthesis. They hinders of photosynthesis or formation of organic compounds. The organic compounds are thus synthesized not only provide bodybuilding material to autotrophic plants but also to heterotrophic plants as well as animals. Energy transduction. They are able to sun energy change into chemical energy. And this chemical energy is used by living organisms to perform their life activities. Consumption of carbon dioxide. Chloroplast can pick up carbon dioxide and use the same in photosynthesis. They keep the percentage of this gas balanced in the atmosphere as carbon dioxide is belonging to through combustion and respiration. Liberation of oxygen. Chloroplast liberate oxygen is passed into the atmosphere. It keeps the balance of oxygen required oxygen in the atmosphere as oxygen being consumed in respiration and combustion. Storage of starch. They store either temporarily or permanently. Then photosensitivity. Chloroplast of some algae provide photosensitivity because of the presence of stigma or eye spot. Reducing power. The reducing power reduced during light reactions used in the reduction of nitrite. Synthesis of amino acids. Synthesis of fatty acids. Synthesis of fatty acids and spinach chloroplast have been reported by Morphy and Lees in the year 1978. Then they store storage of lipids. Then formation of chromoplast. Then autonomy of plastids. The chloroplast has the overall control of the nucleus of the cell. They possess a great degree of functional autonomy. Chloroplast have its own DNA. The DNA is naked. It can show both replication and transcription or produce RNA. The plastid manufactures some of its own proteins, enzymes, and other biochemical because of the presence of 7 ribosomes, which can help translate the coded information contained in mRNA transcribed over chloroplast DNA. New chloroplasts arise either from division of pre-existing ones or division of the precursors known as proplastids. Thank you. I hope this topic was clear.